Good morning, guys. So this is the new bike. It's a Diamondback Obelisk. So drop bars, this is new for me. It is a gravel bike, and yeah, made a few changes. I'll just go through the bike and yeah, talk about it a little bit. So it's an aluminum frame. It's a 6061. I think that's the 6061 T6 butted aluminum and a carbon fork. So we'll just start with the front. This has mechanical disc brakes. Yeah, I think that's fine for the gravel world. For the riding I'm going to be doing. It's got sword drifters here, so you got your levers for shifting, and yeah, and then a micro shift Advent X 10 speed in the rear, Pro Wheel 42th up front, and a just a regular aluminum seat post. Everything else is, the only thing that's carbon is the fork on here. But yeah, I swapped out the saddle for my SDG. I swapped out my wheels, or not my wheels, my tires. I got these Goodyear connectors. Set up tubeless on here. The bike came with some CST, kind of a similar tread pattern to this tire, but it's they're tan walls. It actually looked really sharp with the tan walls, but I wanted to go tubeless, so tape these wheels up, and yeah, it held air, and all was well in the first shot. So it has these. It kind of has some in-house brand handlebars, so they do have a pretty good flare to them. There's a good shot of that. Good flare to them. They got in-house, what is it, what's the brand again? Cavu CAVU wheels, which actually they look pretty good, I gotta say. Got nice stickers and stuff on them, and like the shape of the wheel is nice, and yeah, so for a budget kind of gravel bike, it's pretty good. So speaking of budget, this retails for $13.99. I caught it on sale for 30% off, and then because I signed on to their online newsletter, I got an additional 10% off, so 40% off. It was $881 plus like $30 shipping and tax. So total came to just around it was under $1,000. It was like 900 and something. That's Canadian, so that's like what, 600 American. That's a pretty good buy. The only other thing I swapped out was the pedals. I just threw my flat Chester pedals on. So yeah, we'll take it for a little spin, and I'll talk about the ride and all the rest. Alrighty guys, so here is my first bit of single track on the gravel bike. We're gonna try out the Uvel downhill. So I am not used to drop bars, but yeah, so I'm gonna stay in the hoods for now, and then maybe I'll switch to getting in the drops a little bit later. I should have a little more braking power in the drops. Rougher ride to be expected. Less tire, no suspension. I wanted to get down the drops here, but diameter hour. There we go. Okay, let's try this out. They say on sketchy terrain, it lowers your center of gravity, it feels a little bit better in the drops. And oh yeah, I'd say they're right. I can use my arms a little bit better for suspension. Oh, funny how much the mountain bike is just way more comfortable on this stuff. But it is a single track, which is mountain bike terrain. All right. Huh. Not bad. But yeah, I want to get a feel of some single track on here. And yeah, just to see how it is. It's nice to have the option to ride single track, ride some gravel. I've done a fair bit of gravel and pathways and stuff so far on the bike, and so far I really like it. But yeah, all right, we're gonna head down COVID here. I'm trying to pick a little more, some more tame trails for the gravel bike. So I am a little more comfortable going downhill on the drops here rather than in the hoods, which makes sense. You can lower your center of gravity a bit, get a better grab of the brakes. Definitely a little more challenging with no suspension, skinny tires, jump bars. Not like a mountain bike. This last little bit, this part's kind of flowy. Crazy how quick you break traction with just a 40 mil tire. Oh. Alrighty. Whew. Really nice out. Down by the river, Old Man River. Okay, we'll pause for now. Alrighty, so just climbing up COVID here, and yeah, I like the bike. It is, you know, I end up selling my Trek FX, my commuter, because really I came to the point where I'm like, why do I keep trying to make this a gravel bike when I could just go buy a gravel bike? Yeah, the clearance on this bike, the spec sheet says 42 millimeters. I put an 8 mil wrench all the way around these 40s, and there's still a little bit of wiggle room. I could probably fit a 9 mil, but yeah, tire clearance seems to be pretty good. If I want anything bigger than that, I'll just grab a mountain bike. All right, yeah, the bike weighs about 25 pounds, and yeah, which is I think about on par for a budget gravel bike. And that's with pedals and everything too. Pedals but set up tubeless. So yeah, I think factory with tubes and the wire bead tires it's like 26. All right, yeah, overall really happy with the bike. The brakes are actually they're pretty good for an $800 for an entry-level gravel bike with mechanicals. They're fine. This is kind of more of the extreme side of things of what I'm going to be riding on it, so not real deal breaker not having hydraulics. I do like hydraulics though, but everything with the hydraulic brakes was significantly more expensive, and I'm a mountain biker. I'm not really a gravel rider. This is going to be my bike for rainy days, and if gravel rides, not really singles track, but singles track makes interesting videos, so that's why I'm doing the video riding this. Yeah, so bike climbs well. I'll put up the geometry chart as well in like a photo. I think it's got pretty good geometry. I did have to reach out to Sport Check to get the chart, but they got it to me in like, I gotta wait like a day, not even. The email will be back right away. And yeah, and it is 142. The rear axle is 142 mils, and the front is 100. So all up to those modern standards. Yeah, I'm a this is a medium frame. I'm like 5'9", 5'10". It fits me well, and yeah, if you're thinking about this bike, I don't think you're gonna find a better deal, to be honest, especially right now with the sale. But even regular price, it's pretty tough to beat, because that 10% off online is on their regular price stuff too. So okay, alrighty, and we will head down Violet. I'm still getting used to moving from the drops from the hoods to the drops. Alrighty. Yeah, it's a fun bike. It makes kind of these more tame trails interesting. Makes all the flat stuff fun as far as trails go. Had it on gravel. It handled the washboard like way better than my FX. Oh man, I'm in the wrong gear. Way better than my FX ever did. I don't know if that's just gravel bikes in general, or yeah, but I'm assuming being a gravel bike, it's just going to deal with that stuff a little bit better. I didn't notice some of the chatter like I normally do on my regular kind of gravel routes, but as much on this bike, like I could see it, and I was like, oh, this was throwing me around on the old commuter, but on this bike it was nice and stable, felt good. So yeah, but yeah, what is it, 1,400 or 1,300 bucks, 12. I'll put the price on the bike. But yeah, for the price, I don't think you can really beat it. It's pretty tough. I know there is like Sport Check, they sell Nakamiras and all that kind of stuff, all those department store bikes, but Diamondback, it used to be like that solid bike brand when I was growing up, and then it kind of fell away, and I don't know, probably got bought and sold a few times. I'm not sure the history of the brand, but yeah, now it's kind of in that middle zone of like still having decent bikes, but then they're only sold at Sport Shack, which is kind of a department store. But then you look at online and there's like very little information on it. There's no geometry chart. There's not like there's a little spec sheet, but nothing crazy. I think if they put more info online, they would maybe attract some attention from you know, people who actually ride, not people who are just looking for a bike kind of thing. Yeah, but really happy with it. I may upgrade the brakes later on, but honestly, this is pretty good. But that's the one nice thing too. This is a decent frame. It's a decent fork. I would not hesitate to throw some better parts on this bike. Yeah, like most of what bikes are, it's like the manufacturer makes the frame, makes the fork. If it's a rigid fork, I should say, and even then there's still aftermarket stuff. But yeah, it's and then it's all just components. So I could throw a nice set of wheels on here and, you know, nice drivetrain and brakes and all that stuff, and it'd be right up there with all the other fancy bikes. But yeah, before I'm using it for the odd trail ride, but mostly just kind of gravel pathways, that kind of thing, this is perfect. And I was kind of looking at the geometry chart and comparing to what other manufacturers are doing, and it seems to be kind of on par. I'm not seeing anything that's looking too dated, but at the same time, the geometry hasn't been as progressive with drop bar bikes compared to mountain bikes. So, oh, there we are. Okie dokie. Let's move this down a little bit. I think the camera should be better now. There we go. But yeah, it's nice. There's yeah, if you have any questions about the bike or anything like that, let me know. I'll try my best to answer them. Yeah, the tubeless setup was super easy. Taped the wheels, and I got these on with the hand pump, like just a regular floor pump. My Park Tool, whatever the fancy number is. Yeah, so tubeless was a breeze, and there we go. Setting up tubeless was a breeze, and yeah, it's a fun bike. It's fast compared to anything else I have. Yeah, but I think that's about it for this video. I can't think of anything else I want to add, but yeah, yeah, we'll leave it at that. Anyways, take care. Thanks for watching, and I'll pop up that picture as well, somewhere in this video, the picture of the geometry chart.